Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Green Millstone and salutations to you, Akim, pushing his word in sincerity and in truth. Back with another lesson. I'm going to jump in the kind of little middle of this video. A guy made a point about Trump, who just activated 800 DC National Guard, places police under federal control. So something is definitely brewing out there in the DC area. He has threatened to do this in various cities across the country, including Chicago, right here in Chicago. So something is definitely up. But all these pundits and people on the news, well, I'm gonna let it play, and you'll hear what they have to say. Then I'll grab a couple scriptures, and that'll be it.
Is the purpose of this action purely to have just a massive show of force on the streets of DC? Or in practice, is there anything that will be done differently with the police department under federal control?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say exactly what the purpose is, right? So we know what the ostensible purpose is, the facts that, or the, I don't want to even call them facts, the information that the president cited during his press conference, which of course included comparing DC to places like Baghdad and Bogota, Colombia, where we have no accurate reporting about what their crime statistics are. The fact is that the crime situation in DC is at all-time lows. They were at a 30-year low last year, and it's down an additional 26% this year. So there is no crime emergency per se in the city. So
they're trying to say it's a crime emergency. That's why he mentioned Chicago, New York, other big cities. And when they say crime, the type of crime they're speaking of is code word for a Jake, man. All right. So this could be possibly a play, to come in and deal with Jake, right? So we'll see. I'll let it continue playing.
You understand that to try to divine what the purpose is of this deployment of National Guard assets, what this reallocation of things like FBI agent resources to patrol the streets of DC, it raises some important questions like
Viagra and Cialis, they increase blood flow down there. That's why you can physically perform it. But
important questions like, what is it? Why this production? Why this kind of Potemkin village of criminal intervention in the city? What is this designed to distract us from? I don't know that I can answer that for you here, but in effect, taking a federal official and simply calling him the head of the metropolitan to distract us from. I don't know that Potemkin village of criminal intervention in the city. What is this designed to distract us from? I don't know.
What is this designed to distract us from? Because this story is everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. Hey, what is really going on? What is really the purpose? Is what that guy, is rambling about. Crime is down 30%. It's down another 20% this year. And this crime emergency that he's touting is for, the reason of why he's putting these troops and agents. And there's another clip where he even said, I could even call in the actual military, right? And put them on the street. So something is brewing, something is in the works. And we know through the spirit that we're that much closer to the end. All right. Let's see what else they say.
So that I can answer that for you here, but in effect, taking a federal official and simply calling him the head of the Metropolitan Police Department changes nothing within the Metropolitan Police Department. Those sworn officers are the only people who are legally authorized to enforce the law outside of the federal properties in DC. Most of DC is not federal property. It is the property of the District of Columbia. And I should also say, to deprive the people, the citizens.
Right. So a lot of things he's doing is going to be deemed unconstitutional. All right. I know here in Chicago, Pritzker, it's like he don't have the authority just to come in here and say he's going to do this and that. But even though he says that, we know what's really what. All right. because it smells like something that's, a false flag event. Something is definitely brewing, and he's getting the people and the pieces together on the chessboard to make this major move. All right. So let's grab a couple scriptures, and that's gonna be it. Let's get Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Right? He keeps talking about crime, and you're gonna put these guys on the street, and they can do whatever the hell they want to. And that was a quote from him, right? So, like I said, a lot of times be code word for Jake, man. So you could wake up with stormtroopers patrolling the hoods, man, right? Doing shit, people getting shot. Crazy things can go down, even if it doesn't get that far. Like I said, a false flag. You can have COINTELPRO. You can have these individuals go create events to deem what he's doing necessary, and it's starting in D.C. From the looks of it. All right, from there, let's grab Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right, meaning the elect and the ones that repent and come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall be saved in these deep dark times, man. Right. So this event that this man is creating is he's setting the stage for something, man. Because people are scratching their heads, what's going on, man? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this?
When he made the announcement this morning. As you see the graphic there, the president plans to mobilize some 800 National Guard members on the city streets here in D.C. to put the D.C. police under federal control. That is unprecedented, by the way. A president of the United States has never taken control of the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department before.
So these are unprecedented times, right? And I didn't know the Spirit was going to have me just stop right there. But yeah, these are unprecedented times. Okay? So this is not something just normal. He's just doing something to do something, to make this big display, show this force of power. Something is definitely in the works. So stay in tune, in the spirit to what's really about to hit, man. All right. And we'll end it in 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and we start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction drive nigh." Right? He's getting ready. Like it or not, this place and this system is going to have to collapse, man. And on a bigger scale, he's going to have to control these people out here in the street, right? So he's going to need eventually the military to enforce rules, man, because it's too many. He's going to have to show that great force, right? It says, "For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among man, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So it's going to get to a point where, these troops are going to be on the streets, and the citizens are going to push back, man. All right, they're going to push back. And all he's doing right now is just setting the stage for this future prophecy. Verse 17, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation," man. Right? So him moving quickly to do these things and activate these troops and threatening to do it in different cities, that says a lot, man. What's really going on? But all these people claim not to know.
Department before. Also, FBI agents are going to be patrolling with the police department here. That is also a very rare occurrence, according to our sources. It's very rare for FBI agents to patrol with police in a local police in any given city. Already some pushback here in the district from this, but let's first hear from President Trump. I'll get to the pushback in a moment, but here's what President Trump had to say about what he hopes the police could do in the city.
See, they fight back until you knock the hell out of them, because it's the only language they understand. You can see they want to get at it. See, they fight back until you knock the hell out of them, because it's the only language they understand. You can see they want to get at it. And they're standing there, and people are spitting in their face, and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want.
So the president promising a very tough crackdown.
Hey, that's the crackdown. That's that quote I said, man. They're gonna be allowed to do whatever the hell they want, man. All right. So, hey, don't be surprised if certain events pop up all around here, man. Right? I'm trying to find if they ever talk about, because I didn't watch all of it, where they talk about if they're gonna go into these different states, man.
With some specious federal authority is really concerning, I think, as a democratic matter, a democracy issue writ large.
Harry, I want to bring you into the conversation. Aside from what this may look like on the ground today or tomorrow in D.C., it seems like the thing that actually also caught a lot of people's attention, and Brian Todd just mentioned it, was this warning that President Trump basically said that this sort of action might come to other cities across the country. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's really an important point, because it's true that he has somewhat greater authority, a fair bit greater authority in D.C. itself, though everything I think that Andy says is accurate. That goes away when he's talking about Chicago, when he's talking about Los Angeles. And by the way, he mentioned only, of course, Democratic cities. The two highest cities in murder rates are both Republicans. They didn't come out. But there, a whole survey of different laws come into effect, including the really important law. It's a mouthful, Post-Comitatus Act, that says you can't do this on the streets. You can't bring in the military. So to the extent he's trying to align it with some grand showing of what he's going to do in Democratic cities, he's going to be up against much higher legal barriers.
But Trump don't give a fuck. just to say that quickly, he don't care, man. Right? He mentioned Posse Comitatus about military troops, sworn military troops policing actual citizens, which he doesn't have the authority to do based on the rules that they created, but he end up doing it anyway. So he's going to these different cities. He mentioned Democratic cities, right? So once you have the ICE, which has been there in different cities, you have, I don't know the whole story, but you had different mayors from different places trying to stop a vote in a certain state, and they all fled to Chicago, Illinois. You got that going on. So you have a lot of division in this whack-ass government, right? And a kingdom divided cannot stand, as the scriptures say. But that's the point. I don't want to ramble on. I'm going to have to go back and watch this video all the way through. But yeah, man, we're definitely in interesting times. Hey, stay diligent and stay prayed up. I want to give all glory, praise, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom the next time.